Hi guys. Yeah, that hi doesn't sound really nice, but what's up? Welcome to my YouTube. Let's talk. I'll tell you this, I'm tired. Leveling up is tired because, like I said, the support, you have to be your own support system. You get to a level where you're so high up and just win after win after win after win. People can't handle you. This face, I'm like looking at myself, but yeah, like that's reality. There's a reason people move together at a certain point. Like there's all select few and they all interact with each other at a certain level because you literally have to maintain your power. I'm sitting on so much and I didn't realize how much this was for a long time until now. And now I'm like, wow, I didn't realize people were out here living a totally different life. Now everything makes sense. My past makes sense because I've always been here. I've always been at this level where I know what I'm capable of and I know my future and I know what's coming for me. It's beautiful. And because I accept that, I've always been seeing with these eyes. And the reality around me saw me for who I was, took advantage of me because I couldn't see the interaction at the same level. I saw from my frequency and they were in their frequency. Not gonna lie, this makeup eats. To the girlies that want to look like this in real life, like if like this is me on a camera, in real life you could tell I'm wearing makeup. Like it looks like a lot of makeup in real life. That's the only way makeup looks good on camera, if you have a lot on your face. So all the girls that come to me, this is just a sidetrack. So all the girls that come to me for makeup and they're like, we don't want to wear a lot of makeup. We don't want, it's going to show up differently on the camera. If you want to look like this on camera, you're going to need to have a caked face in real life. Okay, that's sidebar. Oh yeah, so reality. Honestly, I think I'm going to love YouTube. I could talk all day. People want to hear me talk. But yeah. Do I worry about being my own support system? No, because God provides. Just when you feel like you can't take it any longer, that little breath of fresh air or that little satisfying fulfillment comes around the corner. And that's enough to keep you sustained, to keep going. A lot of people resent what they feel like makes them feel inferior. So, if my progress was from the puddle, all of a sudden flying high with the eagles, and the people that while I was in the puddle, they were on the branches, they resent the fact that a puddle lady is now in flying high with the eagles and they're still on the branches. They're like, what did she do? Why is she flying high? So that's the societal viewpoint. A lot of people assume things like, negative projection, but people that know me, talk to me in real life, spend time with me, they know I'm authentic. A lot of times people face me and they're like, is she really this real? It kind of psychs people out, when you're so pure It psychs people out. They're like, what? She doesn't have a motive? And so when people get psyched out, parts of them come out that interact with me that are not safe. My own friends. I've had friends that showed me a few clues here and there. And because of my fast speed, my intellect, my understanding, my knowledge, I gain knowledge very fast. I've always been an avid learner. I've been very fast. I love to learn. My background is learning. I just love learning. I love learning. And because I love learning, I pick up things very quickly because I'm interested. I only pursue things I'm interested in. And because I pursue things that I'm interested in, I learn quickly. Okay, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. But basically, long story short, it's like my friends that showed me a few things, I picked it up better than them, doing better than them. They resent me. And it's like, are they really friends? So now my only option is to raise so high up above them that they have to be my friend again. You know, when you're in the same competing ground, you can't be friends. You gotta elevate so high up that they have no choice but to be your friend. And this is why everyone can't do business. Honestly, the best advice I've ever gotten is look good. Literally. They're like, you're depressed? Look good. It gives me happiness. I had this one client who said it was weird to think you're hot. And I told her it was a self-esteem issue. Like, why wouldn't you want to think you're hot if you're hot? And then people are like, oh, it's fake. But it's like, when you see me in real life, I'm pretty in person too, without makeup. This just enhances your features. I have nice skin, nice eyebrows, nice eyes. I'm gonna play music. Let's vibe out. This is gonna be a long YouTube video. Maybe I'll break it up into 2-3 parts. We're gonna talk everything because now I have time. I'm only gonna make YouTube videos when I have time and when I feel good. So life as an influencer is very different. In the last 6 months, I changed so much. Who I am is different, how I speak is different, how I move is different. I guess this lash is glued up too high. I have the Central C song stuck in my head. If ever the UK something, price go up, see GDP. Oh yeah, I have over 300 applicants on my job that I'm interviewing. So I'm working on that. I'm still doing laser clients tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. I got a laser client. Like that's how my day starts. And my day ends at night. It's like Proverbs 31. So fulfilling though, when you're fulfilling your life's purpose, when you find purpose, it's so fulfilling. The work doesn't feel like work. It feels like I need to give more and more and more. Like you become so invested in what you do. The key to success is obsess. That's kind of cute. Maybe I'll go live on TikTok. This is what people just do all day. They just like talk to like the virtual world. I'll do this. Such a vibe. If it's gonna pay me millions a year, who wouldn't? What to talk about? I don't want to talk about anything political because that's gonna get flagged. I don't want to talk about anything triggering because that's gonna get flagged. And your girlie's trying to be a success on YouTube as the only Jaspreet. I probably can't do much on YouTube besides sit here and talk positivity. What I'm surprised is where did the faith go? There's so many lost souls, so many people that lost faith, so much destruction, so much evil. And I shouldn't talk about it, you know, it's like God bless this space, you know, God bless. But it's like, it comes from despair. But it's like, Buddha's like, life is suffering. I've suffered so much that every day is a joy. My baseline had gotten so far down, I had no choice but to go up. Like that's the only move that could have ever been possible. Like I'll tell you, there is a point that is so low, so down, so dense that that's the only option. Like you have nowhere else to go but up. Once you reach that, it's just like boom, rocket ship to the top. So that's the key to my success. I'm not telling you guys to go there. The whole point of this is to prevent young girls from going there. They don't have to face what I saw. That's cool. I got a pretty face out of it. That's something. Got a pretty soul out of it. That's something. Pretty vibe. My intelligence was so psychoanalytical that I had to psychoanalyze evil to truly understand it, so that I could prevent it in day-to-day life and like encourage. Just like sometimes the only way you understand something is by interacting with it. Spiritual beliefs, morality, philosophy. Super intelligent mind. Philosophers. How many philosophers out there party? Like, because I feel like I'm the only one. I mean, that's good, right? I'm in a very niche environment. I should build a community of partying philosophers. I think it's like hedonism, but I don't do it in excess. So it's not that. I actually do it for the love of life. There's probably a certain philosophical take on that. Is that I don't want to say nothing matters, because that's not true. What matters is joy. I would say that matters. Joy matters. I'm gonna put on some music. So we're already officially in our internet bubbles. For those of you guys don't know how media works, as everyone's in their own digital bubbles. So we've officially reached the mark where your internet bubble will be completely different from my internet bubble, which is completely different from this person's internet bubble. Now, people with similar internet bubbles tend to hang around each other, but I'm telling you, take some random Joe Blow off the block, totally different internet bubble, totally different reality. How do we cycle through these internet bubbles? 1, keep the peace. You do not want to go head to head with someone with a different perception of reality than you, because they're so glued to their perception of self and their sense of security through the box they created, that any cognitive dissonance that happens can shatter. And sometimes all people have is their concept of self and reality. Now, I've broken my mind many times to the point where I'm very malleable. I can go anywhere. I'm like a chameleon. It requires a certain level of intellect to be there. And I often trigger people. I ask questions that are very intriguing that people have never been asked before or thought about, so I appreciate that. And you know what? Once upon a time, there was a man that asked me things that made me see things differently. But yeah, whatever. The price go up if it's USD. Oh, actually, no, the streets raised me. I'm a whole bastard. I bought a Rari just so I can go faster. Skirt. Niggas trying to copy me, they playing catch a tune. I might pull up in a ghost. I want to buy a Ferrari. I think that's going to be my next purchase, but I know it needs to be a Rolls Royce. So yeah, my most recent betrayal is of a friend that got me through a breakup, and I out-earned him, and he got jealous to the point where he's actually giving up his entire career to go full force into this one thing that he's investing in just so he could out-earn me, but that's not gonna happen. Sometimes God brings you into people's life to show them not to underestimate. I believed in myself. And God bless him for believing in me during a time when I needed him. But that flip was so fast. I sensed it, but I didn't want to believe it. But your intuition is usually right. I would have saved a lot of time and a lot of mishap had I listened to my intuition. This is a lesson on learning to follow yourself. It's the same guidance and the same lessons. It's just follow yourself, follow yourself, follow yourself, listen to yourself. God talking to you is basically your future talking to you. He shouldn't have called himself a bastard. Is he an actual bastard? Probably not. Maybe. I can't even do certain moves, like my dance moves, because someone's gonna flag it. I'm very happy I came up with this ombre hair. I think it was genius. I see some girlies mimicking it, which is pretty hot. Now my hairstylist doesn't want me to go a different color. I think she loves it on me. And she's so sweet for bringing me back to reality, right? Like, this look is a look. I didn't realize how successful I was. In a tiny home studio from an immigrant family. My parents' perception of my success has been hilarious. I used to complain and cry. And they're like, what are you doing? You're making good money. And I showed them my books. And they're like, what are you talking about? This is good. And I was like, what? But then what happened was I brought myself to their reality and people here. And that kind of ate away at where I was going. So I actually went like kind of this way until a combination of things where I allowed myself to want more. You're allowed to want more. You're not bad if you want more. You're bad if you're greedy. That's different. If your soul actually wants it and it's not a greedy vibe, then get it. You have to actually want it. I want to win. I technically am a winner. The future version of me, when I'm 80 plus, maybe even 100, possibly 150 by the time we're old, is definitely watching these videos. She's probably so proud of me. Your biggest supporters are strangers. Don't tell people that know you anything. Always meet new people, new people, new people. Level up, level up, level up as you're going through new people. So, one of the weird things that happen in the Matrix is you start traveling to places in time space that don't make sense. And I'm speaking on sounds, lights, density, aura of things. And sometimes the more power you have, God will send you places where most can't go. And because you're there, you gotta figure it out. So to my brothers and sisters that are in places and they're wondering why, it's because you're the only one that can be there. You're there for a purpose. See beyond what we see. See with sight. I found myself in situations just to plant seeds. So in the future, that person will have that information. Did I want to be in those scenarios? Possibly not. But that's how the game's played. So you have to accept and live to the best of your ability. Use what God gave you. It'd be a sin to have what you have and not use it. That's one major key in my evolution, is I accepted what God gave me. And instead of resenting it or just being like, I'd be like, I think of the weirdest stuff. But basically it's like, sometimes you're given so much that people shame you for what you have. And possibly the last 7 years, I faced that. I faced shame. I was shamed to the point where I had no shame. To me, to be on the internet, no shame, no fear. That's the only way you'll survive the internet. No shame, no fear. And so, instead of feeling, I had to process a lot of guilt because of the memories and the messages my extended family told me about times of drought, times of flood, times of this, times of that, natural, just they lived such combative lives, as well as the generational trauma that most of you know that a specific population went through in the 80s. That was very fresh instilled in their brains. So me living free in Canada, a lot of that was projected on, because it's like, you're free, you're free, you're free, to the point where you're shamed for being free. And so I had to just get down and down and down and not be myself. And then, like I said, you just get to a low where you have no choice but to go up. And so one of the points of that was accepting that I didn't need to feel guilty. These were the opportunities handed to me. This was the life given to me, and I accept it. I'm gonna build on it. I'm gonna grow. I'm gonna evolve, and I'm gonna carry people along with me. These are the tools. These are the keys. Go be merry. So currently, there's a lot of acceptance around that hey, she just is living her life and there's nothing we can do about it. Because I showed them a bad, so bad, they're like, anything's better than that. We all found our freedom one way or another. But yeah, you do have to find your freedom. How much is your freedom worth to you? My freedom, I love it. Thank you. I'm super blessed. And it's not meant to provide shame to anyone. It's meant to inspire. It's meant to inspire women specifically to be like, hey, you can improve yourself. You can grow. You can get here. The only person that really knows me is me. I've been alive 26 years, and still people as close as my family only know pieces. Who spends 24 hours in here? Me. Who is processing information? Me. The information I process and what I perceive is unique to me. How can someone even as close as family or you live in the same house with process and perceive at the same speed of light as you? They're on theirs. And this is where timelines come in, because there are timelines where we coexist. There'll be more. I'll build on that. Basically, follow my YouTube, okay? Every single video, just watch them. All of them are gonna piece together. The time, the astral, the business, the spirituality, the glow up. It's all interlinked. Ladies in business, I'll tell you this, you have to face men being your competitors. They get insecure when someone younger than them is out earning them. They just feel some type of way because it makes them feel like, hey, I'm a man and I'm old and I'm not doing that. Like, it makes them feel bad. Well, yeah, sorry. I learned that. Do you know how many books I read? I read so many books. I was glued to books. I was like glued to books my whole life before I broke free, because I was like, okay, time to spam the internet. But like, people that saw me through my years, they know that. Like, I filled my brain up with so much information. Okay, old man, you didn't read books. I got here faster. What are you gonna do? Read your books. You don't have to get certified, but read your books. Pick up as much knowledge as you can. That's the one thing. I love my family, my mom, everyone that taught me. They're like, people can take everything from you. but your knowledge. They always told us to educate ourselves. They're like, they spammed our brains, you know? My family spammed our brains. Educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself. Because they knew something. They knew something was it like key in education. They just didn't know. So I put myself into education to the point where I discovered what education was for. So I pursued my own self-education. And that kind of was like, hey, what's she doing? This is so different. Why is she not following the path? But it's like, hey, it was my self-education. Like, you get to a point where you educate yourself so much, you know how to, like, you know, do things. So yeah, the key to, you do need to be smart. So yeah, if you're like young, like 11, 13, 12, 8, 9, 14, 15, you know, you could be on the later end too. Read as many books as you can. Read so many books. Read like a maniac. Read where you don't see friends. Read where you don't see family. Read, read, read. Just read. And then if you're like me in your 20s, what should you do? You should be hot. That's it. 20s is the time to be hot. When you're hot, you move different. Now, obviously, if you're educated or if you have knowledge or if you're smart, you can be street smart, right? But when you're smart and you're hot, killer combo. But let's say you're dumb. Let's say you're dumb and you're hot, it'll still get you places. People just want to be seen around hot people because it's a flex. Now, Gen Z aesthetic. What's hot for the new generation? A lot of people tell me about my nose, my teeth, but they don't know that the newer generation likes this. The era of plastic baddies has toned down. The plastic is there. Don't worry about that, guys. Let's not shame the industry for youthful appearance. It's hot. We all love J-Lo, right? She's hot for 55. But we've toned it down where we're allowing unique features to show authenticity. So yeah, all you girlies that are millennials and want to be cool, kind of play on your features. What's that one unique feature that you can play on that will attract? Because it's like you're hot, but it's like you're like authentic, like, you know? So it's about balance. You don't have to be 100% perfect. No one wants 100% perfect. 100% perfect irritates everyone. Okay, it even irritates me. It's just irritating. So let's be real, okay? We're allowed to be weird. We're allowed to be 70% okay. Okay, let's not even aim for 80. Let's be 70%. We're all solid, okay? 70% is enough to get you a pass. Like, had it been 100%, I would have veneers, as well as a possible nose job, as well as my lashes would be perfect, like this is bothering me, as well as my hair would be done, as well as my outfit would be on point, as well as the background would be on point. But these are the things that I'm factoring in. The makeup eats, I know that. 8 years in the industry, it'd be a shame if it didn't. But like, in terms of my social media, my YouTube, my stories, my content, Why is it reaching such a big audience? Because I don't have filters. I do the weirdest things, you know? I'll say what's on my mind. Because again, no shame, no fear. Oh, that's a nice angle, not gonna lie. So you see, when you go like this, like why does this eye not have that much eyeliner maybe? See, that's when you get into 100%. I'll have like bridal clients and they're like, this, that, powder, crease, and I'm like, it's gonna show up fine in the photos. Wait for the photos. I always just tell them, wait for the photos. But obviously people that don't wear makeup, they don't know that, right? I only know that because this is my life. I'm so glad I chose arts. I'm so glad. Thank you, Mom. Like my mom, she told me to pursue because I was in such a slump. She's like, hey, like your cousin did it. Like, sure, it'd be good for you. You like dressing up, right? She was just trying to like, while I was in university, just usher me. And then I was like, okay, cool, that's creative. And like, I was so good. My teacher hired me. I obviously didn't work with her because conflict of interest, right? I pursued my own thing. I'm glad I did. Whatever I faced, it brought me here. And I'm glad. I liked performance arts. I liked lots of art. And I tried not to feed that in me because of the expectation from my family. I wanted to satisfy the ones that fed me, the ones that clothed me, the ones that housed me. I felt like it was only right. So I think it's pretty cool that I found a way to mix the two together where I can make my family proud as well as do what I love. I love the ease I have in my life, and it makes me emotional because I know other people don't have ease, and it sounds like, as soon as I said it, I'm like, okay, that obviously isn't a pretty thing to say, but it's true. And the truth is like that. I saw so much of the world through my clients' eyes. The ones that supported me on my journey, they saw me level up. And it was like that thing where that Justin guy was like, you work, 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 no results. That's fine. You keep working. Work, 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 no results. That's fine. Work, 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 boom. It's true. Just keep working, keep working. The amount of people that told me to change my direction, I didn't listen. I was tempted. I even tried. But ultimately, all the patterns led me back to here, where I was like, this is my purpose. So I'm here to share the journey. There's lots of loyal followers and fans and just friends as well that keep up with me, and they're inspired by me. You know, they like cyber stalk me because they're like, how's she doing it? We gotta follow her moves, copy her moves. But this is where the astral comes in. This is why they can't catch me, is because I'm on different times all the time. So the ones that do get me are already playing on those fields. So for those of you wanting to catch up, meditate, 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 meditate. Connect with God, connect with the future version of you. Matthew McConaughey changed my life. He was like, his book Green Lights, pivotal moment in my life as well. He's like, always your hero is like 10 years. Who are you in 10 years? Now I took that a step further. I was just like future self, you know? So yeah, live for your future. Your future is your purpose. Now that could be a YouTube in its own. I tried to do something. Okay, I feel like I need to start another YouTube video. So I'm gonna pause this one here. God bless.